for watching another episode of Walang Personalan Politics Lang. Ako po si Ice Martinez. Makakausap po natin ngayong araw si Congressman Benny Abante, representative ng Manila 6th District at ang chairperson ng Committee on Human Rights ng House of Representatives. Magandang araw sa iyo, Congressman.
Magandang araw, Ice.
Congressman, as you were introduced, you were recently elected as the chairperson of the Committee on Human Rights.
Yes.
How has it been coming along? How are you managing this committee? And ano na pong updates or key programs?
Well, I was just elected before the recess of Congress. No? So, ang ginawa ko, binigay ko yun sa kanila yung, because I was the former Deputy Majority Leader. So, nag-assign ako as Deputy Majority Leader to become the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights because that was the first committee that was assigned to me when I first came to Congress in 2004. So, alam ko na yun. Kaya sabi ko sa COMSEC, we are just going to organize when the session comes back in November. Then, nakahanda na rin yun. Kasi bago yung mga bago yung mga Human Rights Commissioners eh. Yes. Oo, na in-appoint lang ni Pangulong Bongbong about 2 weeks ago. So, yun ang unang-unang iimbitahan namin because they may ako the call with me anyway.
Sir, dito sa ating current issues no, regarding the killing of Percy Lapid, is the committee going to take any action?
In fact, I just instructed my daughter, Attorney Princess, to draft a resolution, no, to be filed in Congress, maybe investigating the killing of the Percy Lapid, because we believe that to be a human rights violation. Until now, no suspects have been actually apprehended, and we do not want that to be the normal thing in the Philippines, where since the time of Ninoy Aquino, we don't even know who killed who. I'm even surprised. No, I don't know. I mean, sabi nila, this is now the second broadcast that killed during the Marcos administration, and it's not even 100 days. And it happened right in Metro Manila, right under our very noses, no? Which is very unlikely. I'm not trying to, yung bang put down any place in the Philippines, pero Metro Manila, you're going to have this kind of killing of media personnel. To me, that is both surprising and very unlikely.
Congressman, tanong po namin, gaano na po ba kayo katagal bilang isang advocate ng anti-gambling?
Well, before I even entered the public office, I've been an advocate of anti-gambling. No? In fact, when I was a councilor in 1992, I fought to close down high gambling in the city of Manila. And that was, at that time, one of the biggest gambling in the country. And I didn't even realize that they're going to put up more of a digital thing in the and making it worldwide, no, through online. So it was very timely that I fought it, and with the help of the administration of the former Fidel V. Ramos, we won. No, we won against the mayor of Manila who wanted it open. All right, and we fought tooth and nail on this. Oh, in fact, I even had a threat, no. In closing Hialay, I received some threats from. I didn't even realize that gambling in the country is such a big thing, even among politicians and among the police. Ako hindi ko inisip kailanman na nakakatanggap pala yung mga politiko dito, nakakatanggap pala yung mga pulis dito, malaki pala nakatanggap nila. I didn't even realize because I was offered it. I was offered and tinanggihan ko yung offer nila.
And Congressman, ano naman po ang pinakarason nyo kung bakit nyo gustong ipatanggal ang POGO sa ating bansa?
It does not change the fact that all kinds of gambling is immoral. Whether you do it outside the country or you do it in the country, makikita po natin na it's immoral and nais ba natin na maging 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 mastermind tayo ng gambling sa ibang bansa like China, for example. And then we are going to hire Chinese people here. Most of them actually are criminals. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect the Chinese, but the thing is, when we were investigating this, I think in the 14th Congress, no, yung mga napupuntang Chinese dito are craft ang kanilang mga buhok. It's almost like they're members of the military, of the People's Liberation Army. And some of them actually are, nakita natin, the kidnapping syndicates have come to our country and they begin to really do what they actually wanted to do, no? Kidnap their own people. No? So sa akin, nothing good will ever happen in gambling. Lahat yan palaging bad yan.
Congressman, paano nyo naman po, nabanggit yung kanina, ay nakakatanggap kayo ng threats. Paano nyo po hinahandle ito?
Might as well fight for what is right, and die fighting for it, you see. And being a pastor of a church, I will always fight for what I believe to be right. Kahit na mayroon akong threat. In fact, the threat has become quite yung bang grabe because they're even threatening my own family. There was even a time that I wanted my wife and my children to go abroad. Ako na lang maiwan dito to fight. Pero nawala rin yung threat na yan. Nawala din.
Congressman, ano po ang naging reaksyon nyo nung pina-shutdown ni DOJ Secretary Remulla ang mahigit 100 na POGOs sa ating bansa?
Okay. Yung closure of these illegal POGOs is a result of the fact that many of the POGOs that used to operate here did not want to obtain licenses. No? Gumawa kami ng batas last year, yung Republic Act 11590. In fact, hawak-hawak ko itong Republic Act 11590 na they ought to register. They ought to register and they ought to pay taxes. And according to 11590 law natin, na ang title is an act taxing Philippine Offshore Gaming Operations. Yun ang title ng ayaw nilang gawin yun. They want to remain illegal, no? Because they don't want to pay taxes. For example, like all foreign employees must pay a withholding tax of 25%. Di ang laki, no? Di ayaw nila, no? And then all of those given the license to operate should also pay an income tax of 25%. So, sa kanila, ba't babayad kami? So, I mean, tanggalin nila sila dito. Ayaw nilang makinig sa ating batas. Ayaw nilang sumunod sa ating batas. Why remain in this country?
Congressman, sa inyong tingin sa kasulukuyan, mas higit bang nakatutulong ang POGO sa ekonomiya ng ating bansa or mas malaki po ba ang dagok nito sa seguridad at imahe ng ating bansa?
The Department of Finance Secretary made a statement, no, that social cost of POGOs outweighs whatever benefit they bring in, which is actually true. I support that statement. Ito yan, no? Even science would tell us that gambling is not a harmless vice or a victimless vice. You see, gambling can affect us emotionally, can affect us psychologically, and gambling can destroy families, and worse comes to worse, gambling can even kill. You see, nakita natin to. In fact, for the information of everyone, no, I think na isa sa mga unang-unang ginawa nilang parang coliseum for online isabong is in my district. Oo. Tinanggihan namin yan at that time. I wasn't even a congressman then. No? Tinanggihan namin yan, nag-rally kami against that because Santa Ana is a national heritage site. At napakaraming schools dyan. Napakaraming churches dyan. Diyan nagsimula ang iglesia, diyan sa pinakamatandang Catholic Church. Diyan din ang aking church naka-base, no? Sabi ko, maglalagay kayo ng gambling dito. Sabi nila, hindi gambling yan. That would be a sports complex. Later on, syempre, the city of Manila during the the former president's incumbency gave a permit to the owner of the lot, no? Doon, nagkaroon ngayon ng mga laro doon for online isabong. Yun ang unang-una na nawala ang 6 na sabongero. 6 lang muna yan, 6 lang muna yan. Then later on, after 2 months, 31 na ang nawawala sa iba't ibang lugar sa Pilipinas, out of isabong. See the effect of that. Until now, walang nakita na anuman na mga katawan ng mga taong yan kung buhay pa. 31 of them. NBI got involved, the police got involved, but even right now, nobody has been charged of any crime. Nobody has been found. You see? I mean, 31 people yan, Ice. Just imagine the lives of those 31. We do not even know. How about the families? They're crying out for justice. See? Ano ang trigger niyan? Isabong.
Kung hindi naman po mapapaalis ang POGO sa ating bansa, ano po ang mga patakaran na nais nyong mabago o kung magpapasok nga po ulit ng POGO sa ating bansa?
Well, actually, kinakailangan talaga to. There ought to be a real, solid, very strict regulatory body. In fact, I am going to file a bill later on amending the PAGCOR Charter, not allowing online gambling anymore because it is PAGCOR that gives franchise to all online gambling, including POGO. Okay? And so, I'm gonna file a bill amending it. Huwag na kayong tanggalin na sa PAGCOR ang lahat ng online gambling. So, hindi naman nakakatulong yan. Even kids can bet in online gambling. Wala namang control yan eh. You cannot even control it. Now, there ought to be a very strict regulatory board on that. Number 2, they should pay the right taxes. Oo. At number 3, kung halimbawa, POGO ba't tayo kukuha ng mga imported na mga employees dito? Let the Filipinos learn to do it. So, makakatulong ba tayo sa more than 200 to 300,000 Filipinos that will be involved in it? That's employment-wise, no? Kung papayag ako. And number 4, of course, we have the oversight committees in Congress that would really scrutinize all of these things. Yet, hindi ko sinasabi na, ito, gagawin na natin to. Na sinasabi ko lang to, if, siyempre, they will object to my advocacy, no? Siyempre, Congress would, majority would support POGO. Yun na lang ang gagawin ko. To really make provisions on regulation.
Congressman, ng SRA po ay ang isang attached agency ng DA na pinangunahan po ng ating Pangulo at kayo po ay nagsampa ng House Bill para ma-abolish ito. Ano po ba ang pinaka or primaryang naging problema ng SRA?
Kasi nung kami nagkaroon ng committee hearing on the sugar importation, ang gulo nila eh. That's the reason why, sabi ko, I said, I'm confused over the statements of the SRA people. Not only am I confused, I'm disillusioned. So kung I'm disillusioned with this, ano bang gagawin natin dito? Wala namang ginagawa itong SRA. I would think that to be a non-performing asset. NPA ang tawag ko, non-performing asset ng gobyerno yan. And President Bongbong even said that nais niya ng right sizing ng gobyerno. So, let the NPAs in government tanggalin na yan, para naman makatipid tayo. 1 billion saved in government is 1 billion earned in reality. So, wala naman. Okay, ano ba ang duty ng SRA? Di ba? Siyempre, is to regulate eh. Kaya nga sugar regulatory administration. But they're not actually regulating, they're importing.
Ang Sugar Order number 4 po ba ang inyong basihan para sa inyong panawagan na i-abolish ito o may mga nagdaan ng mga rason?
It's not only the sugar order number 4, also the sugar order number 3, which is actually the sugar order that imported 300,000 metric tons of sugar. Yan, just imagine, the SRA has given themselves full authority to import when it should be with the imprimatur of the President. That's the reason why even the President did not acknowledge it. You see? Magkakaroon ka ng parang, diktador? All of a sudden, you're going to import and hindi naman, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. As I said in my House Bill 5081, though the shielded high domestic price of sugar has helped support the sugar industry, domestic sugarcane production has not achieved higher productivity. Yun dapat ang gawain ng SRA. To regulate, to see to it that there will be higher productivity more than anything else. Yung importation should come at the worst of times. Not in a time in which maapektahan yung ating mga planters, maapektahan yung ating mga local traders, maapektahan yung ating mga millers. Dapat gawin nilang muna, tingnan muna maigi, talaga bang kailangan mag-import? O hindi naman talaga kailangan? The shortage or surplus of a given agricultural product is a reality. Realidad yan, okay? In any free market economy such as ours, okay, na mayroong mga shortage yan. Pero kinakailan mo ng tingnan, ba't may shortage tayo? Whether it be rice or sugar, whatever it might be. Hindi yung kagad na mag-i-import ka, ba't may shortage tayo? O kulang ba yung ating agricultural lands? O wala ba tayo masyadong irigasyon? O walang pera ang mga planters? Things like this, hindi muna tingnan natin maigi. Alright, and then after actually looking at that, di ba, talagang inimbestiga ng mabuti yan, saka natin isipin, ilan ba shortage? And then involve all the stake players. You do not just make a decision on your own. Tatlo kayo magde-decide yan. You do not even involving the stake players. You see? And the thing is this, sa importation na yan, which is controlled by the SRA, sila rin na pumipili ng mga traders na mag-i-import We're a free market economy. Sa akin, why don't we just allow the traders to be able to import on their own? Rather than pipili ka, ito lang ang ating pipiliin mag-import. Ano ibig sabihin nun? While in Thailand, just imagine in Thailand, 34 pesos a kilo ang sugar. Sa atin, umaabot ng 70 to 80 pesos. See, ba't ganun? Thailand is not different from ours. Actually, and Thailand, meron man silang regulatory body, yet all of the traders of sugar in Thailand are free to decide on their own. And they're not being controlled by government.
Bilang isang district representative, ano-ano naman po ang mga panukala o House Bill na nais niyong maipasa sa Administrasyong Marcos?
Throughout my time as a legislator, I've always been pro-God, pro-Filipino, pro-family, pro-environment, and pro-life. And therefore, almost all my legislations are based on that. Pro-God, pro-life, pro-Filipino, pro-environment, pro-family. Yung palagi, And right now, I would like to focus on 4. Okay? For example, number 1, I have an anti-gambling measure. That will ban POGO in the country. House Bill 5802. Number 2, a measure intended to protect the environment. House Bill 4915. The single-use plastic, ipagbawal na yung single-use plastic, hindi yung itatax natin ang single-use plastic. Ipagbawal na yan. Single-use Plastic Product Regulation Act. Third, a bill for our senior citizens. Sapagkat ako ang principal author ng Senior Citizens Act of 2010. Isa ako sa mga principal authors. Pag naging senior ka, siguro mas malaki na discount. Alright? Ako yung ano noon. At pangalawa, ako rin yung, I filed House Bill 191 because I was the one in 2009 na I asked the former President, Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, magpatayo naman tayo ng hospital para sa mga senior. Oo, pumayag siya. Kaya't yung isang clinic doon sa San Miguel that's not being used anymore, Singyang Clinic, pinatayo namin yan as the National Center for Geriatric Health. Pinangalan namin the EBA Macapagal Hospital for the Seniors. Oo. Ngayon, because there is no law to make it a corporate or independent hospital, nasa ilalim ngayon yan ng Jose P. Reyes Medical Center. I do not want that to be that way. I want it to be a real hospital for the seniors, a specialty hospital like meron tayong National Children's Hospital, meron tayong heart center, meron tayong lung center. Gusto ko rin naman meron tayong sa mga senior. And that would be the pilot case natin in Manila. And then later on, pag naging batas yan, we're gonna put up hospital for the seniors in different regions in the Philippines.
And nabasa ko po nitong nakaraang mga araw na ang ilang ating mga nurses or yung Philippine Nurses Association, they were trying to expand the limit on sending healthcare workers outside the country. And may limit lang po siya ngayon, and they also brought up na ganito kalaki yung amount of salary they would receive if they were to work abroad. So our vision to make a future hospital, ano po sa tingin niyo kung paano po ito mababalance?
Well, I have always been against yung bang pagpunta ng ating mga frontliners o nurses abroad, sapagkat tayo mawawalan Okay? Kaya ako, iniisip ko maigi, because right now, government hospitals, they're paying good salary to nurses, medical technologies, all of those. Very good, ha? Sana naman, yung mga nurses natin sa private hospitals will also get the same amount of salary that our nurses in the government hospitals are getting. Pero mahirap sapagkat, siyempre, kinakailangan kumita ng malaki ang mga private hospitals. And I was told by a doctor that pag nangyari po yan, Congressman, we have to raise all of the costs, hospital costs, which the patients cannot even afford to pay anymore. So napakalaking problema yan, guys. And I'm really researching and asking myself and asking others, what can we do about this? Because look, kailangan po natin ng expertise ng ating mga nurses. Our nurses are one of the best nurses in the world. Talagang gustong-gusto yan ng US, gustong-gusto ng Europe yan, At talaga namang sa kanila, very proud sila that Filipinos are nurses in their own country. But we need them here in our country. Oo. Kaya sana, kung, if the government can do something about it, if we could be able to talk to our private hospitals about it, let's find out kung anong talaga may tutulungan sa ating mga nurses.
Bago naman po kayo naging district representative, could you share with us kung ano po ang mga inyong naging posisyon in the government?
Well, nagsimula yung aking governmental position and advocacy when I was elected as Councilor of the City of Manila in 1992. Later on, I served as a commissioner of the Presidential Commission for the Urban Poor. When I was commissioner of the PCUP, isa ako sa mga nagpa-repeal ng proclamation ni President Marcos Sr. noong araw, making the squatters as criminals. Pina-repeal ko yan. Isa rin ako sa mga naglabi sa Kongreso for the creation of the urban commission. Urban commission. Now, napakalaki ng pondo niyan. So, yun ang simula ko. No, until such time, pagkatapos nung ako ay naging commissioner for the urban poor, I ran for Congress.
All right, sir. Would there be anything else you would also like to discuss with us?
Well, maraming salamat ay sa pagkakataon binigay niyo sa akin to be interviewed and to be able to tell you my advocacy. And what we are after is to be able to see our country progress, our country becomes prosperous. Nais natin na yung ating mga mahihirap ng mga kababayan would get out of poverty. That is the best thing to do, no? I'm so glad that our new president would like to put food security, as one of the bases of his administration. That's why he took the cudgel to become the secretary of the Department of Agriculture. Yun din ang nais ko. Sa akin naman, we would like to have food sufficiency. That there should be enough food on the table of every Filipino family, particularly ang mga mahihirap. And because of this, sa akin, I want the farmers to be given all the benefits they should get. I want industrialized farming in the country. Yun ang nais ko. Kaya magandang araw sa inyo. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po, Congressman Benny Abante.